Hello darlings, it is the best time of the year, autumn. And right now I'm a little lost inside a corn maze, but there is a pumpkin patch right outside of this. So after this little adventure, we'll go pick some pumpkin cuties. It's Friday morning, so there's not a lot of people in here. So far, I haven't come across anyone. And yes, this being a corn maze, there is corn. I learned that this is not the best tasting corn. This corn is made for corn mazes. I don't know where I'm going. When I was stuck in the maze, I heard some laughter getting closer and closer to me, and I was like, please find me and let's get out together. Because I was starting to get real desperate in there. And we made it out. They were lost too, actually. They've got pumpkins of varying colors and textures. Like we got the classic orange pumpkins. It looks like someone painted this pumpkin. This pumpkin saw a ghost and got scared. I just had a random thought. The pumpkin stem, it's like a umbilical cord. Those big, beautiful pumpkins were a little too ambitious for my biceps, so I took a detour to the smaller ones. Believe it or not, I was pumpkin patching and corn mazing for 3 whole hours. Had a grand old time all by myself. Left with a squad of pumpkin pals and a heart full of fall vibes. One of us here is most definitely a pumpkin. These pumpkins have been washed. When people think autumn, one of the things they think about is pumpkin. But when I was at the grocery store the other day, I saw persimmons. Look at how beautifully orange-red they are. Now there are different kinds of persimmons. This one is called Hechia persimmon. And these ones, you eat it when they're super soft. Like when you buy them at the store, they're not ripe. And they're hard, but these ones are ripe and it's smushy a little bit. Whenever I see persimmons, these squishy ones, I think about the time when I was a kid, the Korean elders would be eating these and they told me, oh, it's good for constipation. But I just read online that if you have too many, it can create constipation. Let's eat it. Peel open the top. Oh no, it's going bad. I waited too long. Maybe the inside is okay. Oh good, the inside's perfectly fine. So these are so soft, you could just easily spoon it out. Wow, childhood memories here. Oh. We could actually freeze these onto the other half. Looks gooey, right? No seeds inside. They can get messy. And the skin is very thin. And now let's put the pumpkins outside on the porch. Cheers! Tastes very natural, very mild in sweetness. Having the orange slice on the top is really nice because when you get close to the cup, you take a sip and you sniff. It smells so nice. I wish it tasted as it smelled. Black tea and orange juice. I don't know if I ever had that combo. What will sweeten it up are these cookies. These cookies are Tate's, not sponsored. This is a seasonal one, the pumpkin spice cookies with white chocolate chips. I had their other chips before, or cookies, and they're so crisp. Let me give you a demo. This is a good pairing with the tea because the tea is so gentle in flavor. You get the sweetness, the sugar from the cookie. So the tea doesn't take away from the cookie. Let's stuff these edible pumpkins with a goodie, cheesecake. It was a journey finding these pumpkins. The ones we bought at the pumpkin patch, I hear those are more for decor, but for pumpkins to cook with, you buy them at the grocery shop. And I went to a couple grocery shops, they were not selling small pumpkins. This is actually bigger than what I was looking for, but this is the smallest I could find at Trader Joe's. By the way, these are called fairy tale pumpkins, and they're considered mini for what they are. If you want to try this recipe, check the link in the description box. That's where I will put it. That's a situation. Not perfect, but it's okay. Alright, now we're gonna take out the guts. And as for the guts, we're gonna give those to the chickens. Pumpkin 1 done. Oh, I just realized the bubble stuff is on. If I turn it off, much quieter. There we go. What a difference it makes in the sound, right? Alright. Alright, that one came out neater. That is so cute. Ha 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 ha. Hi. I didn't wait long enough for the cream cheese to soften, so it's hard to mix. So after reading through Reddit and the internet, I don't think this is salvageable. I have another cream cheese just sitting out and melting. I might have to submerge this in hot water after putting it in a bag. I'm so happy to announce the cream cheese is soft now. So what I did was I put it in this bag, I flattened it, submerged it in hot water, and now it's soft. More like warm to hot. Here we go. It's way smoother than before, than the first batch. However, the egg is gonna be cold because I'm pulling it right from the fridge. Is that gonna make the cream cheese texture off and clumpy? I just dumped them in some warm water to make it more room temperature. Just put the eggs in and it looks like it is working. Looks like it got little clumps, but it's better than the first batch we made. Pumpkin pie spice. What autumn dreams are made of. I'm not sure how much cheesecake rises. Fill these two up, but this one there isn't enough of that batter, and that's okay. Alrighty, these are ready to go in. It is done, I think. And now it just needs to cool down. It's almost 9 p.m., so we're gonna eat this tomorrow, because it's time for bed. Good morning! Time to try the pumpkin cheesecake. But first, we must crush some graham crackers. Let's dig in. Oh, tastes like pumpkin and tastes like cheesecake. So, success. It's not too sweet. I'm curious about the pumpkin. Is the pumpkin cooked all the way? It's kind of hard to dig through the pumpkin, so maybe I need to throw that back in the oven. If you try this recipe, cook the pumpkin first, and then put the cheesecake inside the pumpkin, and then put it back in the oven. However, the cap, that looks done. It's shaky. The cap is done. Easy to bite into. They said this pumpkin is delicious, but there's a little bitterness to it. Now I gotta save some and share it with my hubby and sis-in-law and anybody else who comes by this house. So I went into Michael's to buy one decorative piece, but I ended up coming home with all this. It all began with this wooden tray. Everything here was 60% off. So of course I gave in to the temptation. I saw this tray and I put it on my cart and I started building up on it. This bird was the first piece I grabbed and put it on the wooden tray. And then I saw the acorns and I was like, boom. And then I saw this candle and boom, whatever that could fit in here and whatever went with the November color palette, boom, on there. I will deconstruct it, take off the tags, and then officially decorate it. I just really loved this bird figurine. The tail is so flamboyant, you know, long and... I'm gonna design it from my perspective because it'll be hard to do it from the other side backwards. So after I'm done, I will switch it and then show you what it looks like. The other creature I got is this squirrel? Dog? I think it's a dog. It's holding an acorn. Very cute. Oh, it's actually an ornament, but we don't need this. I'm just gonna cut that off. I got 3 mini gourds, a golden, yellowish, amberish jar. This one's artificial. These are real. Now, this string is gonna come in handy. Pretty soft. Let's put that in the jar. I believe this is a white gum frenna. Into the jar. I'm gonna use some things I already have at home. Now this is a candle holder. Beautiful piece. I found it in Snohomish. I still have the price tag on there. Can you believe this is only $8? How? Look at that. This is a fake candle. Can you see it? It lights up. It's bright in here so you can't really tell, but I'll show you in the dark later. Let's put some acorns. We got plenty of these. Just drop them in there. Those will cover up all the blank spaces. And I want to put them in there as if it's just like random. Don't want it to look too neat. Check out this basket. I found this at a vintage shop. I think it was only $8 as well. It's like a hand-woven vase-ish, and then it comes with a little, well, it looks kind of like a pumpkin. But yeah, it's a little buddy. Oh, it goes on the top. Let's put this over here for now. In this bag of acorns, I bought 2 of these bags just in case. There are these tiny little pumpkins. Here's a vase I made. I made all those carvings and I used a glaze that accentuates the textures. Did I want to use this? I mean, it goes with the color palette. These beads are so cute. Currently, these beads are being held together by a plastic string, and once I remove the tag, there's a blank space in the middle. Here's the twine that came from the other thing. Let's use this twine and re-bead it. That string's long enough to hold all those beads. All right, it is complete. Looks like a smile. Ooh, I like it contrasting with a darker brown. This bird is looking over here, so I want this guy to look over there to kind of balance it out. Because if they both look over there, it might feel weird. Okay, here's a tip. Buy pine cones of various sizes, because these are all pretty big, so I'm not getting the height I want for this critter. Let's put some of the small pumpkins in the pine cone leaves. Too many pine cones on this side. Maybe we do need to put my handmade vase here. We're just about done here. We have one other twine. I'm gonna wrap it around the jar. So it is complete now. Oh, let's put the light on this. So this is side 1. It's the back of the bird. Here is the other side. And we're gonna put this downstairs. It looks a little lonely, so let's put some velvet under it. So this is looking pretty good. Actually, this table runner and these big tassels, we use those for our backyard wedding. Putting a pumpkin here kind of completes it. I I found this super cute pumpkin pasta the other day. Aren't they so cute with the curves?
So the shape of one of the ends, it looks like the flowers I put on my pottery.
Like this in the middle. I found this pumpkin pasta recipe online, so let's try it. Smells heavenly.
Let's have a taste before we eat it with the pasta.
Definitely feeling the rosemary and the sweetness of that sugar. You can feel every ingredient in it because there's also that saltiness and definitely the toastiness of that walnut.
It looks like a continent that doesn't exist.
So I'm a little confused because this says harvest pasta with pumpkin, but when I read the ingredient list, I don't see pumpkin written on there anywhere. So how much pumpkin is really in it? Like what, 0.5%? But it's all good. Our sauce has pumpkin puree. I put the recipe in the description box if you want to try it. Actually in the recipe it says to use rigatoni, but I just substitute it with my pumpkin shaped pasta. The colors are autumnal. And yes, this is another bowl I made. When I tried the sauce alone, it felt very salty, but once you combine it with the pasta, they balance each other out. Because the pasta is pretty bland, and the sauce is very flavorful, very salty. But together, perfecto. Alright, I gotta feed my husband as well, so I'm gonna finish this with him.
Added protein to hubby's, and look who's here, licking his chops. I gave him a little piece of meat.
It's early November as I record this, and the leaves are still falling. Some trees stand bare while others cling on to their last golden leaves, as if holding onto autumn just like me, wishing for endless fall foliage. But every season has its turn, and as winter approaches, we pass on the baton, watching birds migrate and nature shift in quiet ways. There's a beauty to every season, and while autumn will always be my favorite, I'm ready to welcome what comes next, with open arms and a warm cup in hand. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Toodles, my noodles. For the outtakes and the bonus footage from this video, check out the exclusive vlog number 29 on my Patreon. It begins with a collection of fall foliage, footage not shown in this video. That Patreon vlog also includes an alternative and extended version of the pumpkin cheesecake making process, and extra clips of massive bird migrations. Look, there is even more! What is going on? It's really cool. That one looks like mountains. And as for my pottery journey, here are peeks of my latest completed works. For more artsy-fartsy updates, follow @CreativeChillout on Instagram. For food, travel, and life, my main Instagram is @MissMinaO. See you in the next video.